Hey y'all, my name is Grace, and this is Totally Creative. Finally, I'm doing a sketchbook tour. I've been wanting to share this with you for a while, and now that I finally finished my sketchbook, I am going to show y'all. This isn't a very big sketchbook, and it's not a name brand. I just got it at Five Below somewhere, and it was like, $5. The sketch on the front's wearing off, and I've used this so much. It's not watercolor paper or anything, so it kind of fell apart when I started putting paints in, but it doesn't really matter. The first thing I did in my sketchbook was my self-portrait. This was to track my improvement to see how far I've gone in drawing. Then I have some adorable pugs because they're my favorite dogs, and along with some architectural stuff that I never went around to finishing. So I just threw some washi tape on there and said, alright, it's done. I'm super proud of this sketchbook because it's the first sketchbook I've completely filled, like no blank pages. There are some incomplete things, but we're not going to talk about those. This sketchbook was done in about 6 months, I think. So it took me a little bit of time, but I definitely worked on a lot of portraits in here, and then I also did a few landscapes, but most of it is portraits because I've been trying to get a style. I don't know. I don't really have a pinned down style, so there's a lot of different things throughout the sketchbook, and they're not going to make sense together, but it's all cool. I go for a lot of realistic drawings like this plant here, and I also did some Mod Podge, just throwing stuff on here and there when the pages were too empty. So I put a verse I like and a sketch I did a while ago. Then this is a lizard that my friend has, and I love leopard geckos, and I'm going to insert a picture of my baby leopard gecko, Pedazzo. I love him to death. He's adorable. This was one of my favorites. I love her short hair, and I totally wish I had her hair. I also have the big puffy sleeves, loving it. This one is from the beginning of a movie. I can't remember exactly what one. And this picture here is a school project that I did. It was a realism challenge kind of thing. I'm sad I didn't do it in color, but I really liked the way the Snickers turned out. It was fun because we got to take the candy, break it, take pictures of it, and then draw it. Then I have a picture of my sister's friend that I drew when I was practicing hair and clothes. And here I used my new Posca pens. I went to Jerry's Artorama where they had like this giant Posca pen vending machine, and so I got a few colors. Then I was trying out my gold here, just on a lamp. And here I did a study of men's faces because I really am bad at drawing faces. Here I was exploring with backgrounds, like having them pop with fancy colors to exaggerate the picture behind it, or in front of it. And then I got a little bit of abstract art I did just to calm myself down. It's really fun just doing circles. And then I have this llama. I have no idea why this is here, but it is. And then I've got some succulents with the same background pop thing. I actually went back and put the color in after I finished the sketchbook because I felt like it needed a little extra. Now this was an interesting page. It was a Cyclops from the book Homer's Odyssey. That page was inspired by one of my classes. This is one of my favorite spreads because it is with one line. You put the pen down and you don't lift it until you're finished with the completed picture. So that was really fun. Then this was another sketch I did during one of my classes, and then just a Bible verse I liked. I also practiced doing hair here. This is the page that kickstarts my Inktober for 2019. I was so excited to do this, and to admit, I have not finished it. Yes, it's April and I still haven't finished it. I don't plan on either. I I only have one left that I have not completed, but I'm just going to ignore that for now. This one is by far my favorite. It was day 3 for bait because it was the one I put the most effort into, the most thought. Then I really like the husky and the snowman. I also really like this big poofy hair. I don't know why I did hair for overgrown, but it's just what popped in my head for that prompt. This next page is one of my favorites because I drew it on the way to one of my camps, and it was such a beautiful day and the mountains were so cool. Then I have this one with the 2 hands, which is by far one of my favorites. I just think it's absolutely adorable, along with the little ghosts. Then I've got coat and dark, and then there's the ride. That's the one I never finished. Once again, I was doing some more face studies on males because, still have that issue. Then during one of my classes, I did these drippy eyes and I just taped them into my sketchbook. This is my study that I did on people, like the body shape, because I usually just do the shoulders up, so I've been trying to practice the body. And then a landscape, and then I tried a new style with drawing and taking notes. I like the way it turned out. Here, I think I did a picture that I didn't like, so I just covered up with a painting. This is my favorite page of all times because it's of this cute little puppy, Daisy. This picture was done live while my brother and my grandma were playing a game. This was an architecture study that I did on a building passed on a road trip, and these are some blob pictures that were fun to do. Some swatches of colored pencils, and then a random eye. This page I did for a fabric study for a wax museum for a school project. This picture was just a scene in the woods that I saw, and the last picture was supposed to be a self-portrait, but I ended up giving up and replacing it with this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope that this video helps inspire y'all to fill up your sketchbooks too. Have a wonderful day. Bye!